I am the refugee of the giant tragedy. I am the future, everything you need to be.
Good morning to all my truckers and truckettes out there. How's everybody doing today? I want to make a quick video because I feel it's a great opportunity because I've got a load that's picking up in Boston proper, right smack in the middle of Boston. And I figured, why not make a video for people who tend to avoid going to big cities, who are afraid to, and really, I understand why. But it's not that bad if you know what to look for and if you take your time. So here's a video on a load that I'm going to be doing. I'm actually currently picking up, as you can see right here, a frozen cakes, from what I'm told, and it's a straight through run going to Maryland to Baltimore. Pays great, so those are the good things with the straight through runs. But yeah, I'm gonna make a sort of a B-roll footage of how I get out of here because it is a tight squeeze and what I look for. So stick around, guys, and let's go for it. All right, trucking fam, we are all loaded up. Time to go. Time's a ticking. Let's do it. All right. So it's a tight squeeze coming up and down these roads. Now, this is the important part where you got to. Oh, here you go, buddy. Go ahead. Important time too that you got to always Google Map it, plan your route. When you start going into the inner city limits of these places, you really need to do the research, find low bridges, find the route that would suit you best for getting in and out with the vehicle of your size. So this place is a perfect example of that. The place where I picked up, it's surrounded by three low bridges. One of them is the only one that I can actually get under is 13.6. I think the other one was 13.1, and the last one was 12 foot. So none of that actually works. So yeah, this is an easy way to get stuck if you don't look around. Actually, what I like to do is get on Google Maps or get on Google Earth and go into Street View. Before you actually get there, take the time to have a walk around, so to speak, on Google Earth and have a good look at where your shipper or receiver is. Look at the surrounding area. Come up with a game plan of getting in and out. So you make your life a lot easier and avoid getting yourself in a really bad situation that you can't get out of. So that's my 2 cents on that. All right, where am I going? I'm swinging right. One thing you got to remember is you've got to make your big jug handles, making your rights, making your left. Plan ahead on your intersections and give yourself plenty of room and don't rush. That's the biggest thing. Everybody around you is in a huge rush. You cannot rush because that's when mistakes happen. So you give yourself plenty of time, some breathing room, and make people move. It's simple as that. People cut you off, but you stand your ground. All right. So we're coming up on this bridge right here. I was talking about 13.6. You better hope your airbags are set right. All right. I don't know what that was about, but ooh, it's a tight squeeze. I tell you what, I got a few years under my belt of driving, and that never gets easier. It's always nerve-wracking. You get that close. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Sometimes I actually, you know what? I play it safe. I just dump the airbags, dump the air out of my airbags. You know what? Give me a couple extra 3 inches, just to play it safe. You know what? Your height is 13.6. The bridge is 13.6. It's pretty damn close. Look at this mess, guys. Look at the mess. Shame on the mess. People cutting each other off. Mm-mm-mm. Welcome to the city, boys and girls. Yeah. Everybody's so much in a rush, and it's pretty sad that, if people realize just how much of a dangerous situation that creates for everybody around them. It's it's sad. It really is because it's a me mentality. I've got to be first. I'm cutting off everybody. I'm the boss. You know, grow up, people. That's what I gotta say. Just grow up. You know, 5 seconds here and there won't kill you. Yep. So we're making our way down this. Looks like it'd be business slash residential shopping area. Not exactly truck friendly, but it's doable. It's doable. All right, bud, you stay in there. Cool beans. Got all of the potholes too. Boston, New York. I tell you what, these roads, the infrastructure is so far gone. It's I don't think they'll ever be able to fully repair it in our lifetime, at least. But yeah, yep. I ain't in no rush. Go ahead, bud. You can take your time. Look at this. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Insanity, people. Shame on the mess. You know, it's New York and the Boston. You know, you go to Northeast Philly's the same way. Just everybody, everybody's in a rush, and safety goes way out the window. Yeah. So let me just look at this GPS real quick. Yep. So we're trying to make our way to I-93, and I am here. Okay. So we just got to keep going down. See, the sign says I-93 South right there, but I have a feeling that street is much tighter than I would like it to be. So I'm just gonna go in the same way, actually, essentially I came in. Go out the same way I came in. It's been tried and tested, so it's working for me just fine. And now, here's a couple of things that I like to do. I generally crack my windows open and I turn my music down. You got to have all your senses and wits about you and eyes everywhere on all the signs. You always got to obviously pay attention to every single detail. Like right now, you go across these kids. What if these kids run out into the street? You know, the whole stereotypical ball rolls into the street and the kid goes after it. That's kind of stuff you really need to pay attention to. You got to pay attention to the trees, the heights. I just scraped a couple of branches on that one. But yeah, pay attention to everything. Signs, people, cars. It happens. Everything. Such in a split second. You need to be ready for it. Turn your music down. You know, don't be distracted by anything. Get your windows open so you can hear things, hear people talking, sounds. You know, that's my 2 cents on that aspect. Always don't allow yourself to be distracted with anything. Is what I'm saying in the truck when you're going through streets as tight as this and places as crazy as this. All right, let me try to swing a little wider here, actually, because this might be tight. Yeah. You go ahead. All right. See, I already see people on my right side trying to cut me off. See, you got to also block your lanes, man. You got to protect your lanes if you're gonna make a swing wide like that. You have to protect both lanes because, again, people are so impatient that they see you going to the left, they swing right into your right side, and you know, hey, if you want to do that, that's between you and Jesus. You know, so don't ever get to the blind side of a truck like that. That's hey, you know what they say, you know, it's common sense, but clearly common sense ain't that common, as we all see. All right, so this one's gonna be tight. This bicyclist, you stay there. Okay, don't hop any curves. Yay! All right, we made it to I-93. Let's get going. Well, guys, so much for getting going. I tell you what, you know, the only thing that's getting going is my appointment time. See, that's the pitfalls of doing a straight through run, man. If you got such a limited time. See, I picked up at 12 o'clock, and I've got a 7-hour drive to get to where I need to go to drop this one off in CNS in Maryland. And Yeah, an 8 o'clock appointment. Something tells me that ain't happening. I think I'm going to have a nice little talk with the the broker on this one. See what's the plan. Probably not looking good. All right, change of plan, guys. It turns out there won't be any load to Maryland. That because my reefer decided to have a hissy fit and told me they don't want to work today. I had to bring that load back. Unfortunately, sprung a damn diesel leak on the trailer, on the reefer unit, and the fuel lines literally burst. I tried to fix it once. I cut off some of the excess of what started as a pinhole. It's now it looks like it's coming out of a sink. So yeah, that load, with confidence, I could not take that load to Maryland with the state of my reefer the way it is. So I made a beeline to a TA, dropped that off. Thankfully, I wasn't that far to drop it off back to the shipper, and I made a beeline to the TA where it's time to put the mechanic's hat on and start getting dirty and fiddling with it.
You and me and your 12 cats will put mirrors on the ceiling. We'll have a bunk bed by the bed. You'll line my mattress with nails, 1 for every time something psycho came out of your mouth. Your cavern eyes are praying, your scarlet lips half saying a sales pitch for the circus in your mind. Young lady, you're scaring me. Young lady, you're scaring me. Dumbbell right to the temple, carry me to your shrine, dedicated to the prince of the last of your 9 lives. She waited in the darkest corner all night until I closed up shop. I turned out the lights. She begged for me to drive her home. I thought about the Kensington Stranglers. I was about to say no. Well, I bought the half-bleeding dollhouse. She said, park behind the hearse. I said, no need, get out, take your purse. Young lady, you're scared. Young lady, you're scared. Remember that time you wrote me 200 letters, never once to a single reply.
Yeah, guys, see, that took me a little bit to fiddle around with. It's late at night now, but it's finally done. What you saw, some of the footage there, the problem that I had with the diesel coming out, pretty much just like a sink. And then, well, I go to the TA and I use the parts that I have, what I have in the truck with me to make a fix. But what I needed is a hose, a brand new hose. And they didn't have a hose, so you kind of had to redneck it up. A hose is hose at the end of the day, and really what I did was use one of those tire inflation kits and use that hose to basically repair it. And it does the job. It's the same exact diameter. It's actually, if anything, it's actually any thicker than the original hose that was there. To be honest with you, I thought that must have been some sort of thin radiator hose or something along those lines. I really, truly don't think that was the original fuel lines that came with the reefer unit. But I guess we'll never know. That's kind of the thing when you get used equipment. But yeah, it's finally done. Turns out that there was an inline fuel filter hidden behind, I guess, a protective mesh on that fuel line. You probably saw it. That I didn't even realize that was there since I had the trailer, to be honest with you. And I guess it was that clogged up that it was causing so much back pressure that it was causing the lines to burst. Well, as you saw in the footage, when I replaced the lines, I omitted that, seeing that you have a giant fuel filter right there. So I don't really know why you need an inline filter as well. I'll have to do some research on that, but I truly don't think that's necessary. But that's my day, guys. That's my evening. Time to take a shower and relax a little bit and call it a night. On that note, guys, I'll catch you on the next one.
My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.